Well, hello and welcome back to the mansions. I'm this old gamer. I'm thrilled to have you along for the ride today as we are all set for another mansion building session here on this beautiful coast of Sleepy John Island, right off the suburbs. On our last episode, we built this mansion right here. Apparently, they're already throwing a huge party. There's a lot of people showing up here. I'm not sure exactly why. And we threw this mansion down very, very briefly. The Sims here on Sleep John Island are literally running to this mansion. They cannot wait for this episode. So let's get started. We're going into a lot of detail on this one, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope you're doing well. First thing we're going to do is we're going to throw down a water pipe and one little thing for some electricity because we did not have that over here. Now, some of these roads that we built during the very beginning of the suburbs series, this is still part of the suburbs, we haven't really utilized or used properly, and still not sure exactly what I'm going to do with some of these, but we're getting rid of that one as we just did, and we're just going to come off and do a driveway right here that curls around, very similar to our last house, although not the same. We are right here off the beach, so we're kind of adjusting the sand and things of that nature. With this house, again, this is another house by Thomas, as we still have not really figured out exactly what his name is. Another beautiful mansion. Again, this one is available in just a building form, or you can get it in a Rico form. So either one you can get. I forgot how to say Rico for a second, sorry. We're using a little bit different decals than we did, or that we have not used at all around this house. This one is a little different because we were very close to this beach. Now the beach down here, some of this, what I'm thinking is this is going to be a private beach for the most part, but it's still going to be connected to the regular beach over here. I don't want this to be a tourist attraction place, but yet I do want it to be still a beautiful beach with very white sand and things of that nature. So something I'm going to think about down the road as we are continuing on these mansions. I have an idea for a couple of more mansions, and then we'll probably get back to our regularly scheduled program. So I've got this fence all the way around the property on the back side there, and we will add to that, putting in a gate here. And now we're going to use these, basically they look like concrete tiles, more or less, that we're going to use for the driveway. A little bit different than we used on the previous mansions. Of course, we're trying to keep these all just a tad bit different in different ways, naturally. But I do like how these tiles look. We actually put in, as we did last time, that is a real concrete road, as you saw earlier. So cars are going to be driving up to this garage. The good thing about these mansions by Thomas is cars actually go up to the garage and park there. As you can see, they also drive through the dirt and go directly into the garage from the wrong side. So you really just don't. Here's another one driving right through the concrete. Just go on through there, buddy. Yeah, make yourself at home. Whoa. Okay. He's okay. So we put these big curbs down. I'm going to have a lot of vegetation on this house. So lots of green. And we're putting these curbs down to allow us to start setting that up. People are already just flocking to this house. With that being a main road, or not main road, but an actual road there are people walking along it and using the side of it as a sidewalk, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. We're going to paint this grass in here like so. But yeah, a lot of vegetation on this episode that I'm excited about. I love planting trees and doing the bushes and all that kind of stuff. Doing the bushes. So how is everybody doing? If you've been following my channel for a while, you might have heard me before talk about being in the retail profession. This is a very, very busy time of the year for me as we get closer to the holidays and Black Friday. This is Black Friday number, oh man, I think it might be Black Friday number 24 or 25. 25 years straight of Black Friday in retail. After all, I am this old gamer, emphasis on old. So I have been super, super busy. I know these are not super long episodes or anything, but just having the opportunity to do this, well, it was a struggle, I'm not gonna lie, to get this done. We're using procedure objects, trying to put a little fountain in here to make as a sculpture. I'm gonna check and see. I don't want to do the same fountain we used over here. Let's see. No. Yep, that's this. We want to do a different one. This is a different one. So yeah, I've been incredibly busy, and I appreciate your patience. You know, I'm not the best YouTuber, especially since most YouTube channels put out consistent content. Well, that's not me. The original idea for this channel back in the day was to try to do at least an episode a week. At one point, I thought I could manage 2 episodes a week. That was because I did not realize how long these episodes would take to do. But nevertheless, I still enjoy playing City Skylines. I still enjoy commenting or reading your comments and communicating with the audience. And you guys are awesome. And I appreciate all the support, all the likes, and all that stuff. So we've got our little curves here. Now I'm going to extend this tile out, and we're going to circle back a little bit later in the episode. I tried to maybe do a different tile over here, but then I just decided, hey, you know what? I'm just going to use the same tile. We're going to extend it out this direction like so. And we will we'll circle back to that. Now we already have a dump truck here. Nobody has even moved in yet, but just go ahead. I'm going to put these plants over here while you circle about my driveway. Thank you for absolutely nothing. We'll circle back to this area momentarily. All right, so we're going to put some curbs here on the other side of the driveway. I'm using prop curbs, and then I'm using the prop line tool to kind of connect these curbs a little bit, the best I can. The good thing about these curbs are they kind of look like they connect, even though they don't, even though they're props. If you put them in the exact right spot, they look like they're all just one solid wall of curbs. Then we're going to use this palm tree here. This is a beautiful palm tree. This palm tree is by BonBonB. It's not a Mr. Miazon palm tree, but I do use some of those a little bit later. But we're putting in the BonBonB palms here in the circle parts, and then just using these little palms around the edge. And there's some yellow bushes. There you go. Yellow. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. I'm just go back here. What am I doing? Yeah, we'll use these. I don't like those other bushes. I'll just go ahead and put these all. I'm using yellow because we used purple a lot on our previous mansion. Just in case you were wondering, the yellow I think works well with this mansion, this particular mansion. We're using these little palms all the way down here. And here we're going to go ahead and just copy and paste here. Of course, it does not fit exactly the way we want it to fit, which is the norm for me. We're going to just slide these decals over, and here we go. So now here I'm going to do some terraforming. Oh, I thought you were gone. I thought you were gone. Oh gosh. Well, we're using some terraforming. Really? Just so this fence looks a little bit better, we're using the terrain tool. Okay, good. I think that works. We're using the terrain tool to make sure this fence works all right. I'm throwing down these rocks. I'm actually not going to keep those rocks like they are. What we're going to do here is we're going to make a little private walk down to the beach. Now, like I said earlier, I think, this is going to be kind of like a private beach area. Now, this road besides here, as you see there to the left, it just kind of curves around. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that just yet. It might just curve around to another mansion, or who knows. But we're going to put in this little spiral stairs. We're just using prop stairs, one by one, very time consuming, and you have to do a little finagling here or there when you do these kind of stairs, but it's really the best way to do a spiral stair. I do have an actual pathway there, so people will actually walk down these stairs. I don't know how exactly they're going to get to that point, but nevertheless. Now we're just going to extend this fence. We're actually going to take this fence all the way over to the other side, and we're just going to kind of continue all the way over here to the rocks. Again, you're very close to private. This is a private property, very close to the beach, so we don't want any random strangers wandering about and entering our new mansion here. So we're just copying and pasting using Move It, and we're going to go all the way over here to the rocks. I've really enjoyed building these mansions, and you know, they are their own little episodes, which is just fine, but I kind of want to get back to suburbs. I also would like to work on, I have actually been, for the first time in a long time, just kind of looking around on YouTube at some different City Skylines channels. The amount of City Skyline content out there is unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't have picked a worse game to make videos for if I actually wanted to, quote unquote, blow up as a channel. Of course, I'm not thinking that's ever going to happen, but man, there is a ton of City Skylines content. And obviously there's millions and millions and millions of people who make YouTube videos every single day. So I just found some random ones out there, and it's kind of funny. There are channels that do not go to the TLC that I go to when it comes to the post-edit process. One thing you might be familiar with is there's a sound skipping element on City Skylines when you've got just a little bit too much going on, and maybe your computer is not the most powerful. I used to struggle with it a lot. And I found a City Skylines channel. First off, good content, okay? Tutorials, watch-alongs, has some point of view drives along the interstate. Enjoyed the content, okay? But you can tell that he's got 16 gigs of RAM and a slower processor because he's got the sound clipping going on. He's got major lag and frame rate issues. Nothing wrong with 16 gigs of RAM, just this game needs more. So why am I digging myself in a hole here? Why am I bitching? Well, basically, it's kind of weird, you know, different things. I don't want to say sell, but people enjoy watching different things. I enjoy doing the detailing. I mean, this is basically what I would do if I was playing the game without recording. This is how I would do it. Now, I do speed up the video just to make sure that we can fit in all this stuff on one show. But just goes to show you, you know, if you have good content, it doesn't really matter what the game looks like or sounds like, whatever the case may be, you're going to get views. And that's what it's all about. Again, you know, I'm not trying to necessarily have a giant channel. I would love to have more subscribers. I think some of my commercials are worth 500 subscribers, okay? All right. I guess you just get accustomed to watching the big names out there like $4.30 and Sam Burr here. And don't forget Biffa. I'm going to spare BonBonB on this one. Love you, Bonbon. Anyway, maybe it's the thumbnails. Maybe I should do more like big thumbs ups or like giant graphics that say, here. No, you cannot chime in like that. I mean, I've already done an infomercial, so I might as well just go all in with the thumbnails, right? Okay, back to the build. I'm sorry. Yeah, good start. This the sidewalk, I pulled all the way around to the back, kind of like the previous mansion. And then I extended it right down there to the staircase, which we will fix here in a second. I know there's kind of a gap there. I'm also using some surface grass to just make sure this backyard looks really green and not that burnt look. Even though you can use surface painter doesn't necessarily give it a great green look. It's more of a more of a faded green look. And then again, we're going to use these same palm trees in the backyard, a little bit more sporadic, not just on curbs or whatever. Throwing down some more yellow bushes. I love the details on these mansions. Didn't have to do much. Here we go, fix the stairs here. Didn't have to do much to the mansions. I do add some green vines and things a little bit later on off camera, but you'll see it on the cinematics at the end. Here close to the house, we're just going to keep this the way it is. I'm not putting in curves, but I am going to throw down some mulch and then use these little bushes here just like that. And now we're ready to do something I've been wanting to do since the start of these mansions. I've been wanting to do kind of like a fancier garden area, like a little pathway, a place to maybe get some fresh air, walk around and relax. We're using this little archway and using procedure objects to make it a little bit smaller. This archway is by C-Dubs. This is an actual arch out in Seattle. It was part of the World's Fair at one point, I think in the early 1960s, I want to say. It is really, really huge. It can be seen. It's kind of a landmark now in Seattle, as anything that's got to do with the World's Fair. And you know, what exactly is the World's Fair? How does one apply to having the World's Fair? Can a World's Fair be in a podunk town in eastern Kentucky? Can it be anywhere? Would they have the World's Fair in, like, you know, the Congo or something like that? Is it truly the World's Fair? Is it fair? I'm gonna have to look up what the heck the World's Fair, where did it come from? And where did it go? Does it still exist? Where did it come from? Where did it go? Cotton Eye Joe. We have this little path here. We're making a little decal using a different brick. And this little circle bench will serve as a nice place that we can sit around and look at flowers, I suppose. What a beautiful place this would be to live. Someplace I could never ever afford. We got some decals overlapping. We will fix that, I promise you. And here I'm using these little red tiny bushes. We're kind of putting them all around as a border to all the pathways we have here. Using our prop line tool, I've actually got it on the fence mode where it's putting it nice and close together. And then we're just going to come back through and use some of these bigger red bushes to just kind of tidy things up. I have a little different palm tree. I think that's a Mr. Liaison product, that palm tree I put there in the middle of the square. So yeah, lots and lots of vegetation, as you can see, but I thought this would be a nice little place that maybe you come out and get some of that ocean air. Can't you just smell it right now? You probably can't, especially if you have something cooking at your house. Be sure to check on it. Don't let my video be a distraction and burn your house down or something. Again, going with another sculpture using procedure objects. I love doing this. Not all of them will conform to this idea. Sometimes you cannot actually do that, but it usually will work. We're going to put in, let's just move these daffodils in just a tad so they're not clipping through the concrete. I love how that looks. Make it a little bit bigger. But I do love using these ploppable buildings, turning them into procedure objects and doing something special with them. Well, that about does it for episode 3 of The Mansions. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed building it. What a fun episode this was, and as busy as my life has been, thank you for taking the time to watch. Your support always means a lot to me, but I appreciate you sharing this free time that I have with your free time that you have. Isn't that fun? Hey, lady, get off my lawn. Look at beautiful Sloop John City. Take a look at some previous downtown episodes if you want to see that build. Always hit the like button, because you can't hit the dislike button. See you next time. I'm the Sub Gamer. Bye-bye.